what I make of the United States of America blocking the chances of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala of Nigeria being appointed Director General of the World Trade Organization is that it is not quite surprising. Now, since the current president, Donald Trump, took over office as president of the United States, he has caused major disruptions to world systems, international organizations, and that is actually in line with his America First agenda. If anything, the world has now come to know Donald Trump as an individual that is highly transactional, and that is actually the direction that he has taken the United States of America since becoming president. So indeed, it is not surprising. We also know that he has a very brash way of going about, his business. First, he creates confusion, and in the midst of that confusion, he tries to get partners to the table to be able to then begin to negotiate. Now, different people have different ways of, creating some sort of negotiation strength around them. I believe that in the case of the United States of America, it is, about taking the extreme measures, get attention, and then force, negotiating partners to begin to negotiate so that ultimately it will get what it wants. So I want to see this more from the point of view of the United States of America trying to strengthen its negotiating position so that ultimately it will obtain all that it desires from the World Health Organization. Now, on the issue of the relationship between the United States and Nigeria, considering that Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a Nigerian, a former finance minister, normally it shouldn't affect the relationship of both countries. Certainly not on trade, and certainly not diplomatically. Because I believe it is important to see this blocking by the United States of America of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's candidacy beyond something that is personal. Let us not forget that Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is also an American. So what that means is that the United States is actually also blocking its own citizen from becoming the Director General of the World Trade Organization. So I do not think that it is anything personal between the United States as a country and Nigeria as another country. That is why I believe that it shouldn't, cause any rifts in their relationship. I do believe that over the years, Donald Trump has actually highlighted quite a number of issues that he believes are going wrong with the World Health Organization, the World Trade Organization. And I believe that he feels that the relationship between Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and China is way too cozy, that ultimately the ongoing trade war between the United States and China will end up being decided, or to a large extent, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala having a very strong influence towards in which direction the case will be settled. I believe that it's one of those issues that worries the United States under Donald Trump, believing that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala will not be a neutral umpire in that dispute when it eventually comes, for arbitration. And talking of arbitration, recently there were some judges, appointed into the appeals court of the World Trade Organization. Now, going by the antecedents and the credentials of these judges appointed, United States has also expressed dissatisfaction and unhappiness. So he believes that these are not individuals that have the kind of credentials that would, support America's position in the dispute with China. There again, the relationship between China and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is something that worries the United States, that makes them feel that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala will side with China. But that is strange. It is strange because Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has actually made it very clear that he believes that the sort of issues that the United States has raised, about both China and the way the World Trade Organization has been operating are serious, and that there are some legitimacy in them, and that they need to be looked into. Now, where the difference might be is the fact that she believes very, very strongly that it is only through negotiations, organized by a body like the World Trade Organization, that such disputes will be settled. So, to some extent, they align. I mean, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala aligns with America's position, and so under normal circumstances, there shouldn't be a cause for worries. But you see, America takes its concept of national interest way beyond the point of reasonability, which means that essentially the sort of things that they want is actually a situation of the winner takes it all. And so anybody who doesn't dance to their tune is, marked as being unsupportive of the United States of America. So it's got to be seen broadly, in a nutshell, and Nigeria and the United States of America shouldn't actually experience any diplomatic wrangle as a consequence of this ongoing issue. But in any case, this whole matter is to be settled on the 9th of November, just this coming Monday. And so whether or not the United States actually goes ahead to support Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's candidacy, she has enough majority to see her through. As a matter of fact, the United States is the only dissenting voice against her candidacy. So it is not like the World Bank or the IMF, where America has veto power and could stop her appointment. No, the body listens to the United States or any other person who has any dissenting voice. And at the end, if there is no consensus, as there isn't one at this moment, if by their meeting on the 9th, there is still no consensus, the option open to them is to call for an election. And, if America is standing alone, America is standing alone, and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is going to be appointed Director General of the World Trade Organization. Now, that is not palatable. It is not palatable because America being, a world power, it is not quite a very fascinating thing for, for them not to, support the candidate or the sitting Director General. That could cause quite some bad blood. But if there are no other ways out of it, that is what it has got to be.